Es wird um das Thema Daten gehen. Und wie heißt es doch so schön, oder wie könnte man es formulieren? Ohne Daten ist alles nichts. Und dazu passt das nächste Thema. Es wird nämlich um das Thema KI gehen. Und gerade für die KI braucht es logischerweise Daten. In meinem jetzigen Berufsleben bin ich Journalistin für den öffentlich-rechtlichen Rundfunk, für die ARD. Das heißt, bei uns ist natürlich das Thema KI auch ein großes Thema, aber weil wir öffentlich-rechtlich sind, weil wir als Journalisten glaubwürdig sind, ist natürlich auch das Thema Daten sehr, sehr wichtig. Das heißt, genauso wie bei Ihnen müssen wir genau prüfen, analysieren, verstehen, welche Daten verwenden wir da eigentlich. Und auch darum wird es jetzt gleich in dem nächsten Thema gehen, bevor man KI einsetzt, eben darüber nachzudenken, was sind meine Daten, sie zu identifizieren, sie zu verstehen, zu bereinigen und auch zu analysieren. Und ich hoffe, ich spreche den Namen jetzt gleich richtig aus. Artūrs oder Lazdekalns? Fast. Close enough. Close enough. Thank you so much. Welcome here on this stage.
Hello everyone here in Leipzig and behind the screens. I'm happy to be the first one who speaks in live session. Hopefully technology will not disappoint us anymore. I do love the analogy between technologies and sports, and with limited German I'll say auf die Plätze, fertig, los. All right. Danke. So today I would like to talk about the synergy between artificial intelligence and data. Let's hope this works. Yep. Let me start by setting a question. What has and what hasn't changed in data and analytics discipline with the advent of generative AI? Because the topic of data is not new, right? Well, for the starters, the good news, data-driven decision-making is still a highly appealing topic when you speak to any business stakeholder. Why? Because business is not an easy game, right? A lot of difficult decisions have to be made on a daily basis, and having any hard proof that can support your step to the right, to the left is highly appreciated. Well, unfortunately, that is not a simple, let's say, dream to pursue. Why? Because data topic is complex. You can see a schema, simple schemas on the screen, and what they have in common, you can see that there are lots of systems, lots of subsystems, different products performing different functions. In many cases, these different products and functions are represented by different vendors, different solutions, different life cycles, different types. And at the end of the day, when looking at the data estate as such, it is challenging to make it work all together. It's complex to integrate, costly, and challenging overall. Now, then comes the generative AI, which on one hand shuffles things, but before going to changed part, there's still one more thing that hasn't changed. So generative AI is like a digital brain, and the good old premise, garbage in, garbage out, is standing stronger than ever. Well, just think about it. Just like with a human brain, it not only can learn and observe, but now it's adding additional thing. It's curious. What I mean by curious, it is just like little kid going into places where you're probably not supposed to. So if you have different data sources or both structured and unstructured data within your organization and larger these schemas that kid is not supposed to go, the digital brain will find his way. So said that, our own experience that generative AI has changed the landscape to such, on one hand, possibilities that you can benefit by educating this supporting mechanism with sources from both internally your organization and outside, both structured and unstructured data, to have more elaborate suggestions. Let me give an example. A customer of ours in the business of supporting vending machines. You know those machines with Snickers candy bars in different locations in coffee and so on. For them, the most costly component of the business is filling up those machines with continuously some, stuff to eat, to drink, so on, etc. And for them, highly important is to predict when and where, in which location they have to drive. And they want to build a predictive model. It's not enough that they have 10 years or tens of years of historical data, which locations, what type of products were sold. They want to do a modeling, and they think, well, let's take schools as an example from their data source. What was the weather when people were eating M&M's candies or drinking lemonade? What were the school vacation days? What were the exams? Lots of external data sources. And combining these internal and external data sources, sometimes both structured and unstructured type of data, gives you a lot better perspective. So this changed, but coming back to the example of curiosity and peeking into areas where probably shouldn't is linked to our experience that every AI project at the end of the day today ends up being data project, infrastructure project, and security project. So nice goal, but there are prerequisites to pay attention to. To put this into more data-specific example, how customers are talking about, sorry for rather busy slide, but this is an excerpt from an email that I recently received from Chief Data Officer at a large media company, which is part of Swedish-based $1 billion worth Bonero Group. And just look at the example, starting from the context. The person is mentioning the situation we're having databases, Oracle, MySQL, SQL, Postgre, Excel files, web services, typically a lot of scattered data sources within the organization in this case. And then there are point-by-point challenges that they are facing. Number one is my favorite, because we see that on daily basis everywhere. Data is isolated, data is scattered, data is in silos. What it means for the business. So you receive a report, you have to make a decision, but you see it's not the whole picture. So what's the point of having the data set which shows you only a fragmented piece? So it's not exactly where you want to be, right? So you want to see complete picture. I will not go into point by point all of those, reciting them, but you can read yourselves things related with data loading. What is it a real time analytics if you get inputs every 15 minutes? It's far from real. Real is like 1 second in some of the businesses, live data, and real-time analytics is immediate. But how to set it up? Again, so it's reliable, not isolated, and complete, right? And coming back to linkage with the AI, the person also listed the point number 7 on the bottom of the list. So once all of the first 6 are complete, we would like to build the estate so that in future we can add smart machine learning algorithms, we can add AI on top of it. So even this example outlines the prerequisites before you go over there. Now, it was split in 2 slides. Now, the good news, there is a silver lining. We do have predictable patterns, so whole data and analytics topic can be organized into building blocks, and each of them can be addressed step by step, from warehousing to BI layers to governance and so on, etc. Furthermore, vendors like Microsoft has for already quite some time offering individual solutions for every single component. As you can see, some icons over there on the screen. Now, but even a while ago, Microsoft recognized it's still far too complex, because just by looking in a single vendor, and as a reminder, none of the customers that we're working with is a single vendor focused only. There is some, mix of different things. But even with the single vendor reality, many products, SaaS, PaaS, different life cycles, different pricing models, at the end of the day, governing and managing that for data estate managing or data scientists or chief data officers is time-consuming and costly. So what Microsoft did with the advent of an AI also paid a lot of attention how to help to set this data analytics prerequisite, and they introduced Microsoft Fabric. Today, I will not go into bits and bytes of every single component that you see on the screen, but the word that I want to outline over there on the right side of the screen is single. Single experience, single license for all of the services, single pricing model, single rights management mechanism, single workspace management. So standardized, unified, single experience for end-to-end data analytics estate management. And again, not to present, let's say, what I think about it. Let me put on the slide again. I asked before coming over here another chief data officer at actually IT technology company. So why did you choose? So why do you like about the Fabric solution as such? And while you're reading this long paragraph yourselves, the underlying thought is very simple. It is kind of easy to understand, easy grasp. We picked up kind of everything that's going on very quickly. We were using Power BI, we were building Power BI reports. Now we wanted to create a warehouse. We moved a step ahead with rather quick steps, and that's it. So the introduction of this technology was quick and easy. Now, to sum up, if and when you are considering data estate maybe changes, keep in mind that there's also Microsoft Fabric. When talking about Microsoft Fabric, keep in mind that it's a single entity with benefits around transparent pricing, benefits around ease of deployment and management, and altogether benefits around unified security and analytics experience. To wrap up my presentation, I would like to give you 3 things as a starting point where to think moving ahead with the data and analytics topic. First one, to fuel your AI journey, start with establishing a central repository for all your data. Consider Microsoft OneLake a single, let's say, huge OneDrive, if you may say so, for all of your data. Add on top of it a lot of analytics capabilities that have been out there even before artificial intelligence. Having that in place, your readiness for AI magic, bringing you all of the AI benefits that you're hearing from every angle, will be at a different level. Do your analysis of different vendor solutions, pros and cons. This is an example we saw from one of our customers. They did before they considered Microsoft. And on the right side, you see Microsoft Fabric for the data analytics component. They found a lot of pros. And when it came to some minuses, the biggest one, they said, it's new and we're not sure. But do your research, consider, and once you are there and actually seeing that, this is interesting, come to Noventiq. We'll help you with setting up a proof of value engagement by setting up this in your tenant, giving you all the project experience, choosing sources, full ETL data transformation process, up to a final architecture report, and overall understanding what it is, what is not, and whether you can benefit from it. I hope you got a brief idea. Thank you so much. And that's it from me today. Duncan.